he caught up to me like it was nothing. Hi, I just am making this video because I realized that I never made like an intro into what the heck I'm doing, who the heck I am. My name's Kara. I am a runner. I've been a runner since I started getting into running in high school. Not like competitively, because I could barely run 2 miles without like being out of breath, but that's when I started my running journey. And then I went on to doing half marathons, and I did half marathons for a couple years, and then I did my first marathon a few years ago. And so now I've done 15 marathons. So I've been posting that series, but those videos are all from when I was training to qualify for Boston. It was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm brand new to YouTube. I kind of just wanted a place to throw all of those together. So right now I'm in the process of uploading the entire series. So it's still in the works, and it's really just a random bunch of clips. I wanted just a place to have them all together. I am gonna start another training cycle again in January to try and qualify for the Boston Marathon. As I'm sure you guys know, the times have changed for most age groups by 5 minutes. Love that, great. Right now I'm in the off season, the base building, and honestly I'm just taking advantage of the fact that I don't have to run so much. Use it for doing kettlebell boot camp classes, bar classes, all of these classes that I'm not able to put them as my priority during the actual training season. So that's what I've been doing a lot of now. And I mean, I love it. So it's Thanksgiving morning, and today I am doing a turkey trot. I'm doing a 10K. I'm doing it with my husband. This one's actually called the Gobbler. I don't know. The turkey trot was last weekend. But as what most of America knows, I'm doing a 10K turkey trot. And I am an hour early here because I wanted to do a little 5K warm-up, because it's hard to justify paying for something that's only 6 miles. So I came an hour early because last year I wanted to do the same thing with turning this 10K into a 15K last year, but I completely messed up on my times. That's why I'm here so much earlier than last year. I was like, oh, 30 minutes early, 10-minute miles, I'll be fine. Of course, I don't take into account when I have to go pee, or my music isn't playing, or I get lost. And I was sprinting to the start line from the 3 miles away that I parked, running past all of the volunteers, trying to get to the start line. Barely made it in the nick of time, but I did, which was cool. But I didn't want a repeat of that. So now I'm actually parking at the start line. I'm just here super early. That way, if I do mess up for some reason, if I need more than an hour, I can just zoom and come back early, whatever. So yeah, I'm not trying to have a repeat of last year. Like, a lot of people do it to race and get a good time. I'm just doing it because my family lives very far away, so we're doing nothing on Thanksgiving. So, and also I'm not gonna pass up an opportunity to run. So on my my BQ bound series, I know it's like just a bunch of clips that I threw together. It actually was really important to me and really did help me get through that training. So I really did want to post it and be able to have it, honestly, for myself or for other people that wanted to see it. Another thing about me is I am a high school teacher. I love being a teacher. It is the hardest and most rewarding job because it takes up so much time. Like, my life is teaching and running, and then, you know, my husband. Teaching, running, husband. That's all I have time for in this life. So in spirit of Thanksgiving, I did want to talk about a couple things I'm thankful for. Sounds so tacky, but might as well do it. I'm thankful for my husband. I'm thankful for my family that lives on the East Coast. I'm thankful for my 2 dogs, Miss P and Ellie. Miss P is her nickname. Her real name's Penelope, but we always just call her P or Miss P. I don't know. I'm thankful for airplanes so I can see my family, and I am so thankful for running. Running really did save my life. Not to like get into anything, but I had a really, really hard time in high school. I actually had to go to a treatment center out here in Utah. I'm originally from Boston. It was to treat anxiety and ADHD. One of the things that I've been able to get out of my time at the treatment center here was my love for running. Like, I actually started running here, and it helped me manage the ADHD and the anxiety so much. Like, I have done so many races. I have completely immersed myself in the running community here. We live in a great place where there's a lot of races because it's the desert. It gets really, really hot, but it stays not super cold in the winter. Like, this is the worst of it. It is 32 degrees outside, and I'm just wearing like my ski fleece. Anyways, I'm gonna go run so that I don't have a repeat of last year where I'm sprinting to the start line to make it on time for the gun time to go off. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Maybe I'll take a couple of videos of me, the race with my husband, off to do the 5K, the pre-5K. There's a van pulling up, and I think that's actually my students who are volunteering. No. These kids came way too prepared to be mine. They are dressed so warm. Yeah, no, never mind. False alarm. All right, I started my 5K warm-up. I'm just gonna keep showing random little clips through my running journey. I was considering also recording my training plan again when the cycle starts in January, but I don't know. Maybe not. And the other thing is, like, I did do another cycle through the summer and I didn't get my time I wanted. So, I'm actually on the 5K course, but I'm doing the 10K, so at least it's not a repeat. Anyways, I didn't get my time and it was really heartbreaking. Like, I've never actually been depressed after a marathon, the post-marathon blues, but for this one, it really did break my heart. It gets to like 1:15 in the summer, so waking up at 4 a.m. every day so that I don't die when I'm training, there's a lot of time that I feel like I wasted. I'm gonna do this last one to just say at least I didn't give up. I'm gonna go off of how hard that was as motivation for this time. Okay, so I'm literally just doing the exact 5K marked trail, which I don't know why I didn't think of this last year. I'm not even doing it there and back. I'm doing the 5K loop, so there you go. It all works out, I guess. I'm pulling up on an aid station, so it's just kind of perfect because I had to go pee. Here's the not volunteered field and the toilets. Part of me is wondering, is this wrong? But then I'm like, nah, I paid for this race. I can use the toilets, so. And I'm willing to bet that they're clean, that no one's used them yet, so that's good too. Fingers are so frozen. Oh, and another thing. I don't have the comments on, at least as of right now, for my BQ Bound series. That's because I'm pretty vulnerable in them. I'm pretty real. And the last thing I want is criticism for like a really hard point in my life. That training was probably one of the hardest things I've ever done. So, sorry, I thought I heard someone behind me, and if you're a woman running alone, you know. But like, the last thing I wanted was people criticizing me when I was in a really bad place. I decided to like slow down so I could say this. That training was really hard for me. So, and I'm like kind of nervous about all that kind of stuff. I'm shy. I'm gonna leave the comments off for now. I don't know if I'll change my mind or not. I mean, I'm not even gonna really show anyone specific those. I just left them up for me to be able to see them. There are some things that are kind of embarrassing that I said or did, and it's just, if you're like a real runner, you know that the training can break you, and it definitely broke me, and I got that all filmed. So it's also to kind of bring awareness to what you get yourself into. It's not easy. I didn't think I'd be able to do it. I didn't think I'd be able to finish the training plan, and I did. So please kind of keep in mind that that was really hard for me to post, and I was nervous about it, and that's why I decided to keep the comments off for now. Oh, side note, pro tip, races are expensive. So what you need to do is, for every aid station, I recommend taking at least one goo or one of those gel blocks or whatever they give out. Take it, put it in your little pouch, save it for next race. You paid $100 to run a 10K. the least you can do is take advantage of what they're giving you. Even if you don't need it, save it. Don't feel bad about it. You paid to be here, bro. No, hun, you should not do it sideways. No, really, don't think that that's allowed. You want to do it like that?
Yeah. This is you stopping my...
I've never seen someone put it on that way. You can still do a leg one. Just do it on...
I'm gonna find one person that's gonna do it just like...
Okay, you'll be unique. Do it the way you want it.
You remember that episode from Modern Family when Phil was mad at Claire because Claire constantly stopped his unique and imaginary ideas? It was an invention that he made. The freaking hat massager drink thing.
Oh yeah, that was so funny.
I don't remember what he called it, but he had an interesting name for it.
And I'm the Claire to your Phil. Well, I've already told you, I'm exactly like Claire.
Loves running.
Oh my god, you
hates her kids.
What the hell? She doesn't hate the kids, first of all.
Let's see these rules about not having puppies.
Yeah, I sent you a thing. No dogs allowed. Okay, we should probably get out there because it's 8. Okay, the plan is... Can't with you.
How close to the giant turkey?
That giant turkey?
Finished, good job.
Kiddos finished up.
Oh, that's why.
10 kids, please make sure to don't cross in front of the kids.
The leg's coming across the line. Oh, she's so excited. Come on this way.
Let's do this, honey.
Last under the bridge.
He caught up to me like it was nothing. Okay, the race is over. It was great. You know, here's the medal. Luis kept up with me. That was crazy. I didn't think he'd be able to. And we just ran together. And I didn't really go easy, so that was cool. Then we sprinted at the end, but he wasn't trying to race me at the end, and I thought he was. Sometimes we do that, so yeah, I guess I sprinted for nothing. But I didn't have enough in the morning before I ran. At the start line of the 10K, I was like starving. And so they had these little like snacks that they give at the finish line. And they haven't even started giving them out. They had just had them in the boxes, and I asked a volunteer, I'm like, can I please just get one of those because I am so hungry? And he goes, yeah, no worries, you can have one. So yeah, thank goodness for that. And so the announcer lady, she's the same lady that does like every single race in my area, like every single race. I'm one of those crazy people where I sign up for every single local race as something to do, and yes, people say that's a waste of money, but for me that's my hobby and it's good for you. I could be spending that money on like other things that aren't good for you, or other hobbies that aren't necessarily bad. Like people spend that amount on Legos or video games, so before you judge me. So this lady was the same lady that does all of the races. She's like the announcer one. Quick story time. One year I did this donut run. It's called the Baker's Dozen. There was barbed wire on the course. I fell, tripped on the barbed wire, and like I ripped my leggings and I was bleeding. And she was like, oh my gosh. Then when I finished, she was like, and there's the girl, despite falling, she's finishing. So I went up to her today because she does all the races here. I see her every single time. And then over the summer, I did a marathon in Salt Lake City, which is like 4 hours away. And I was like, I know that voice. Oh my gosh, it's the same lady. It's the St. George lady doing it again. And then last month, I did a marathon in Vegas. And I was like, there's no way. There's no way that voice is hers. It was her. So I finally like just grew a set and decided to say hi to her and tell her that was crazy, blah, blah. She asked me how I liked the Vegas marathon course. Oh my gosh, it's so good, you guys. If you ever want like a first marathon, that is a great first marathon. But yeah, it was a really awesome race. It was so fun to do. And pretty much that's it. So happy Thanksgiving, everyone. And I will see you